Hello there and welcome to the Squirrelhead YouTube channel, and this is the full analysis that was promised to come out yesterday, and it didn't come out yesterday because life just got in the way and I took several naps. It was just needed. It was just absolutely needed. So apologies for that one. I did say it was going to come out on Sunday, but it's not. It's coming out today on Monday. So I hope you managed to have a good weekend, a good Sunday, whatever was happening, whoever you support. Hope you had a good weekend, and if not, I just hope that this week can get better for you. Now, we're going to get straight into this one. And I'm going to look at the formation, going to look at the goals the goal that we conceded and the goals that we scored. That was what I was meant to say. Come on, we need to get with it. We need to get with it. It might be early morning, but we're doing this right now. Get your thoughts in as well. Let me know what you thought of the game below, and let me know if you had any standout players, any standout moments, and any concerns that we might have going forward. So, straight away, the lineup comes in, and it's honestly not that different to a standard starting lineup. Some people thought that we were maybe going to go and, me myself, I thought we were going to bring in some rotation into this game, but we didn't, really. We only rotated really one player. Maybe two if you take Henderson as well, but we really only rotated one player, and that was Bobby Firmino, and Divock Origi came in. Now, that's a good plan, all well and good. But when I saw that Divock Origi starting on the left-hand side, Sadio Mane starting through the middle, Mohamed Salah on his normal native right-hand side, I'm looking at that thinking, this might not work. There's a chance that this might not work. And we looked disjointed for that first 25 minutes up until we equalised anyway. We did look a little bit second best, let's be honest. It took us a while to get going. It took us a while to find our shape. We moved Divock Origi into the central role up front, and it seemed to work a lot better, because he can then be a focal point. He can get in behind and all that sort of business. He was trying to do that while he's out on the left-hand side, and it doesn't necessarily work on the left-hand side because we're used to having what Mane does out there and what a winger would do. Now, Divock has been brilliant, and this is one of those games where it just thought, this game wasn't meant for you, I'm afraid. And that's no disrespect to Divock Origi because he's been brilliant for us. He is one of the big factors of why we actually won the Champions League last season. Make no mistake, he is one of the massive factors of why we won the Champions League. But this game just did not seem suited for him. He seemed a little bit not sure of where to go, what to be doing, when to be doing it, and he also got injured as well. So we'll talk about what that could mean a little bit later on as well. But a defensive mistake quite early on, 7 minutes in, Jetro Willems. I think his name's Willems. People keep saying Williams, but it's spelled Willems. So I'm saying Willems. Had their only shot on goal. Now, that was Newcastle's only shot on goal. They had 5 shots the entire game from the stats I've got and from what I saw. And they had 1 shot on goal. The 1 shot on goal they actually had went in. And it was a defensive mistake. There was 2 defensive mistakes in this one. The ball that actually comes in and gets chested down by Atsu, and I think it was Atsu, because the defence was just far too high up, and it wasn't in line either. I think it was actually Virgil van Dijk was playing Atsu on line, but everyone, they should have all been in a line. They should have all been following each other in some way. They didn't. So Jetro Williams, not Jetro Williams, what's his name? Christian Atsu gets the ball, and the danger doesn't look like there's much there. Even when Willems gets to inside, just on the inside of our box, still doesn't look like there's going to be a danger. He literally chop turns the ball inside Trent. Split second reaction wasn't there. Gets the ball off, and it is a great shot by Willems. Honestly, really, really good shot. That's probably the benefit that they've had, if anything, of not having Benitez as a manager, is that normally Willems wouldn't have been in that position. He would not have been that far up the pitch. That's maybe one benefit that they will have had, but otherwise, defensively they were quite open after that. But it was a good goal by Newcastle and kind of set the alarm bells a little bit early in that this is going to be a long, long game. It could be a long, long game. Now, I can't remember the time of our goal. 28 minutes. Yeah, 28 minutes was when we scored our goal. And it was from some really good work from Andy Robertson. Really good work by Andy Robertson, but an absolutely fantastic shot by Sadio Mane. Really, really nice. And by this point, after they'd scored their goal, we've worked out our way into the game a little bit more. We're starting to control the game, a lot more passing. I remember a stat pop up before we actually scored the first goal where Newcastle had up until that point, I think it was maybe like 25 minutes in, they'd had 19% possession. We had 81%. And literally, I remember games of where we've had that type of possession before and we've lost games. So I'm just looking at it like, don't let it be one of those games where we control it and we lose it because of silly mistakes or anything like that. But a great goal by Mane, absolutely just pass cushion, it is like a beautiful pass into the top right hand corner. And it just sounds weird to say a beautiful pass into the top right hand corner, but it really was. It was a fantastic goal. Now at that point, Divock Origi, I think maybe 10 minutes later or so, 10 minutes later from what I've wrote here, had to go off injured. Got hit earlier in the game and seemed to hobble a little bit, but seemed to carry on. But it just seemed it was a little bit too much, and he couldn't actually finish the game, which was disappointing because I felt that even without the change and what is to come, obviously in this game, that we could have still gone on and won this game. I really do believe that. But we have to make the change. Roberto Firmino comes on, literally within minutes. I'm talking, Firmino comes on in the 37th minute, and he makes the goal in the 40th minute for Sadio Mane. Absolutely, and this is what I'm saying. I've said it a lot in my match reaction that I put up on Saturday, pretty much straight up after the game. Bobby Firmino is a different level footballer, and he's just an absolutely fantastic football player. Not just a striker, not just a number 9, not just a forward. He is a fantastic football player. People have been saying stuff like, oh, he's got wing mirrors, stuff like that. I'm going to go a step further. He's got radar and sonar in his body. That's what he has. He has a radar and sonar in his body, and he just knows where everybody is at all times. He will work hard. He works harder than any forward I've ever known. He works harder. He does all of the work of a midfielder, a defender, and a forward in one. And you know what? He looks fairly effortless when he's doing it. Picks up the ball near the halfway line, drives it forward, puts a beautiful pass in for Sadio Mane. Goalkeeper comes out, but it comes off his knee. Instead of actually, clutching the ball, it bounces off his knee into the air over the goalkeeper. Sadio Mane slots it home, and we are looking comfortable and dominant. If I look at the end stats for this game, 24% possession for Newcastle, 76 for us. They have 5 shots in total, 1 on target. We had 17 shots, 9 shots on target. We had loads. They had 1 corner, we had 10. We were much more dominant than Newcastle were. And to be fair, I felt that we should have been, because of the way that we were ending up playing, the way that they have played so far this season. They just got overrun in the end by Liverpool. Now, there was obviously the contentious Joel Matip penalty shout. I can't remember if this was before the second or first goal or what. The VAR has a lot to answer for this weekend, in my opinion. Not just our game. A fair few games that I watched this weekend, I'm looking at calls where's the VAR? How is VAR not pulling things back? And when I'm looking at it and I'm seeing Ian Wright on Match of the Day, and I've never always been the biggest fan of Ian Wright as a pundit, but he's coming out and he's saying, that annoys me. How are you not seeing a headlock on Joel Matip and that's not being pulled back for a penalty? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. There's a lot. I think there was handballs in another game as well. I don't understand what has gone on with VAR. It's like they've, it got so much press in the first 4 games of the season that they've decided to go, right, we're just going to back off VAR for now and we'll let things, we'll build it back into the... No, VAR is there to make the right calls. That's what it should be there for. Not for, if the referee doesn't say, then we're not going to use it. That's just my opinion anyway. I can't get too fired up because we won the game, but still, that annoyed the hell out of me. Newcastle made some changes to bringing on Muto and Manquillo a little bit later on into the second half, but it didn't really make a difference, to be honest. It really didn't. And the move of the weekend, probably one of the goals of the weekend, it's ridiculous. Mohamed Salah passes it to Roberto Firmino, who, with 2 touches, gets it out of his feet with, it's just a beautiful spin move, a really nice spin move, like takes it on his right foot, back heels it, but sideways into the path of Mohamed Salah, taking out about 3 Newcastle players. Salah gets to run through another 2 or 3 players and slots it home into the bottom right. And honestly, that was it. It was just ride the game out from then on. Shaqiri came on a little bit later on. I'd like to see a bit more of Shaqiri, to be honest, but it's difficult. I understand, with how the front 3 and the attacking team are playing right now. And we walk out of there with a 3-1 victory against Newcastle in what looked like it started to be a difficult game. And we've seen this weekend some big hitters. Tottenham coming out 4-0, winning. 5-2 for Chelsea, winning. Manchester United, winning. But then we've also seen some shockers this weekend, and I want to go into this at some point, either this week or in a few weeks' time. Norwich coming out and beating Manchester City. That's a massive, massive result. That's a ridiculous result. And Arsenal throwing away a 2-0 victory and throwing it away and clinging on to a 1-1 draw, to a 2-2 draw. They were clinging on at the end. It was almost written that you felt that Arsenal were going to go and they were just going to throw it away and it was going to be 3-2 Watford. That's how dominant Watford were in the second half. Unbelievable scenes. But Liverpool, so let's have a look at the table quickly. Top 6 is this. So far it's Chelsea in 6th, but you've also got to recognise that Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United and Tottenham are all on 8 points. Arsenal had the chance of going 3rd in that one, but they didn't take it. So the top 6 is Chelsea, Leicester, Manchester United, Tottenham, Manchester City on 10 points and Liverpool on 15 points. 5 from 5 for us. So we've got the Champions League coming up on Tuesday, so I'm going to get a preview out for that one as well. That'll be coming out maybe Tuesday morning, maybe Monday night. I'll see what I can do. See what I can put together. See what I can put together before I go to work. Anyway, let me know what you think of the result and how do you think that we played and what do you think it means ahead of Napoli. Let me know it in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again. Have a great week, guys, and I'll catch you later.